Hi friends, today I'm back for another thrift haul, and this one is giving me all the spring vibes. For those of you who are new here, I'm Megan, and I love refinishing furniture, all things vintage, all things thrifting. I have done it all from making custom furniture and selling it out of my home, to owning a booth space in a vendor market, to now having an Etsy shop where I am selling my handmade and vintage items as well. So if any of that interests you, you have come to the right place. Today I'm going to be showing you a great thrift haul. It's really springy in my mind. Little random, but definitely gives the spring vibes. And I'm also just going to be giving you a little update on my Etsy shop that I just started. So without further ado, let's get into this haul. So this week I have just been shopping locally here and there, and I've picked up all sorts of random things and I can't wait to show you. A lot of them kind of just look springy and bright and colorful, and we've got some florals and a lot of different and unique items, and some of these will be in my Etsy shop, and then some of these I'll be saving for my booth space and an event that I have coming up. First up, I have this beautiful picture with that beautiful hand-painted floral design and the gold around the edge. It's in really great condition, and I can't quite read the bottom of it. Half of the stamp is worn off. It says something Brasileira, but it's a really beautiful hand-painted picture. Going along with the springy hand-painted florals, we have this really pretty little trinket dish. This is Ainsley Celeste, made in England, fine bone china. So I love that. It's in beautiful condition, just a little dirty, but otherwise just fine. Great for your jewelry and your rings. Lots more florals. We have these really pretty and uniquely shaped salt and pepper shakers. And they have this pretty floral design around the edge. They have their stoppers in great condition. I think those are really sweet. If you saw my haul last week, then you will know that I found the mother lode of false craft, especially the tea rose design. But I also found something from this pattern as well. I found a little heart trinket dish, and I found this piece this week, and it's made of that same really sturdy stoneware. It's supposed to be for incense. It has a little top with holes, but it's missing that piece, and I didn't even know that when I bought it. I just thought it was a vase because it's the perfect size vase. So I think that is super sweet. I come across so many teacups and saucers and so many pretty ones, most of them from England and France, and I wish I could take them all home, but I can't always do that. But I found two of these and I just couldn't pass them up. They're not from England, but look at the beautiful hand-painted design on these. I thought they were really unique. They have kind of the scalloping. This is the saucer with it. And these are actually Lenox Rutledge, made in the USA. Really beautiful set. I just couldn't pass those up. That's such a unique design for a little teacup and saucer, and there's two of them. So it's nice when you can find a pair. Found this little mug rack. These are great for your kitchen, but also I think I'm gonna be using this in my booth space to hang different either cups off of it, but you can also hang all different types of decor on this. It would also make a really great brush drying rack. I'm always having paintbrushes all over the place that are drying, so this would be a nice place to hang those as well. Very multi-purpose. I think I'm gonna paint this piece because it looks like it got spray painted on half of it. But then yeah, it will probably go in my booth to help organize some of my mugs and things. One of my favorite finds from this week, if you've been watching a while, you know that I love jewelry boxes. I like to refinish old jewelry boxes when I can, and it's very rare that I find one that's in good enough condition that I don't have to paint it, because they are usually pretty beat up when they get to the thrift store. But I found this one, and it is beautiful, in such nice condition. It looks like walnut wood, but I'm not sure. I have to ask my woodworking husband what he thinks, but it's in such beautiful condition. And you just don't find them like that. This could be a jewelry box. It could be a men's valet box. You could put your phone, your wallet, with your cufflinks and your watch and things on top, but also makes a beautiful jewelry box. I am going to reline the inside because it's dusty, and I'll put new felt feet on the bottom, but then that will be listed up on my Etsy because it's just so rare that I could find one of these in such good condition. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully I will have that finished and up by the time this video goes up. Y'all know I have been collecting tins, and I found this one, Jackson's of Piccadilly tea. Just love the color of this one. It has some little dents in it, but that doesn't bother me at all. It's just so unique, so pretty. I love milk glass, and I know that a lot of people collect milk glass, and so I'm always looking for unique pieces. I feel like there are some pieces that are more common than others, and little bud vases like this I feel like you see a lot of, but I hadn't seen this particular shape and style with that lattice around it, and it's in really good condition. A lot of times they're really dirty inside and it's hard to clean them, but this one is in really good condition, and so I grabbed this, and I think I'm gonna do a bundle of them and put them up on my Etsy. I think I have enough that I can do that, and that would be a really cool way. You could put them along your mantle, all different ones across your mantle, put them in your windowsill. I know some people use these like at weddings. They'll have different ones on all the tables because they're just so pretty and so bright and really durable. So I think I'm just gonna make a collection of these. Another item that I feel like is perfect for spring is these really pretty vintage style hobnail glasses. They're pink. I got 4 of them, and they're in perfect condition. It doesn't look like they were ever even used, and they're just so pretty. I think that's such a sweet set to have out on your bar cart for springtime. I'm always drawn to egg dishes. Put your deviled eggs out here for Easter. It's perfect for this time of year. This one is a really sturdy, thick glass one, really beautiful. I love the design on the bottom there. Nice find. I always pick up rolling pins whenever I can find them because I like to just add these to my collection in my kitchen. I have some in a couple different crocks around my kitchen. I just think they add a little interest and warmth into the kitchen. So whenever I can find them cheap, like $1 or $2, then I'll pick one up. And it's really hard to find these trifold kind with 3 pictures in them. And so I found this one for only $1. I'm gonna be keeping this one. I have 3 kids, so it's perfect, and I feel like it's the perfect size for the little like school pictures that they get sent home with. So I am gonna keep that. And then I also found this beautiful one with all of the roses around it. I think that's so pretty. I will probably also keep this one, but we'll see. And then of course I had to grab this one as well. I have a ton of these in my home for all different shapes and sizes, and they're just perfect for adding pictures and a little pop of metallic to your space. Another piece that would be perfect for your spring table is this really pretty tray. It is a thick glass tray, and it actually has little feet on the bottom, so it's a little bit raised, and I love the design, and it doesn't have any scratching that I can find, and that's pretty rare to find on these older glass pieces. And I think this would be perfect, obviously, on your dinner table, your dining table, but it would also be really great for a plant. I always try to put something under my plants to raise them up so they don't hurt the furniture or whatever surface they're on. And I think this would be a really pretty way to do that as well, especially with the scalloped edging that you'd be able to see beyond the plant. I just think that is a really pretty riser. Speaking of plants, I also got this little basket. I'm thinking to put a plant inside of it. I have a lot of things with this seagrass type material around my house, so I'm going to be using that one probably for plants. It would also be nice with like utensils in it, a lot of different uses for something this size. Baskets are always something I have to pick up. Another one of my favorite items is this beautiful blue bowl, and I wish I could show it really well on camera, but it has lots of little bubbling around it, which I absolutely love, and it's really, really beautiful. So I think that is perfect for spring or summertime. I feel like blue is kind of a summery color. I'm always looking for things to display items either in my shop or my home, like the mug rack. I also picked up this stand. This is really great for artwork, cookbooks, anything like that. This is a really sturdy one. It was only $2, so I grabbed that as well. Then this is kind of random, but I could not believe I found it. This is wallpaper, and it's from Serena and Lily, which is a very high-end brand, and it's pricey, usually. I used to get their magazines when I like first bought my house, and they would just send them to everybody who got a new house. And yeah, it was out of my budget. But I got this whole roll of 60 square feet of maize navy herringbone wallpaper. It is not pasted yet, so you'd have to add the paste to it, but it's also really great for lining like the drawers of your furniture and stuff. That's what I've used wallpaper before for when I'm refurnishing furniture. I a lot of times use it for the drawers, and I just thought this was a really pretty pattern with the navy and the yellow, and it's Serena and Lily. It was only $5. Another random find is this Wilco patrol car, and my kids play with Hess trucks. My husband has a bunch of them that he has handed down to them. He used to get a new one every year from his grandparents, and so he's passed it down to my kids, and oh my goodness, my sons play with those so hard. They play so much with those Hess trucks, and so when I saw this one, which is very similar to the Hess trucks, I knew I had to grab it. This is from 1994, and so it is a vintage one, and it's brand new in the packaging, hasn't been taken out. I checked and the lights and the sirens all work, and so I thought that was a really fun find. So I thought I could put it up on my Etsy, but it doesn't really match the vibe of the things that are on my Etsy. So if you're interested in it, let me know, but otherwise it's probably going to go to my kids. They will love it. The last thing that I have is books. Only 2 this time. Y'all know I love my vintage books, and these 2 particular ones I couldn't pass up. I just really love the coloring on them. This one, it's Wolf, that's the name of the book, and it's from 1925. It's a first edition, and it's just a really beautiful book. So I grabbed that one. And the last book that I have is this one called Snowman. I thought it was just a nice neutral color if you're putting it in your decor. It is from 1962 actually, and I believe it is a story about horses. That's what I gathered just from flipping through the pictures and what I read online. See, there's some nice photographs there. And then I also found the receipt of when somebody bought this. They bought it from Abe Books, which is a vintage book selling site online. And they paid $50 for it, and I only paid $2. So I thought, well, I guess I'll grab that. It must be worth something. Must be a good read if somebody ordered it. So I have that. And that is the haul this week. I will show you a slow pan of everything at the end, of course. I also wanted to just chat with you about my Etsy shop and how that's going. I know that a lot of you, either you have an Etsy, you've been wanting to do an Etsy, or you're a shopper on Etsy. And so I did start an Etsy shop about a week, 10 days ago, and it is a lot of fun. I'm actually really enjoying it. You know, I'm no stranger to selling items. I have had a booth space. I've been selling out of my home for, gosh, many years now. And so I'm not a stranger to selling things, but I am newer to the shipping side of things. And I did a lot of research. There's a lot of fabulous YouTubers out there who will give you a lot of information about kind of the pros and cons, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, all of those. And I ultimately decided on Etsy just because I feel like it's very beginner friendly in terms of the shipping process and all of that. They lay it out so nicely for you with just your listing and all the information you need to have. And it just makes it really easy to go through because it's a very time consuming process. Each and every listing takes a lot of time, from cleaning the item to staging the item and photographing it and editing your photographs and uploading the photographs to measuring it from all different angles. And then you have to fill out a whole form for each one before you list it. So it's a very time consuming process, and it's very hard to get established as a new shop on Etsy or any of those platforms because they show buyers how many sales you have. So at the beginning you have 0 sales and 0 reviews. And so that can be nerve-wracking as a buyer to buy from someone who doesn't have any previous sales. And so getting those first couple sales is nerve-wracking and hard. And for many shop owners, it takes several months. And so I was blown away with making a couple sales in the past week. I mean, I don't think I've even had the shop open a week when I'm filming this. And so it's just been in the past couple days that I made a few sales, and it has been so fantastic. And I love seeing where they're going. I've been shipping things all the way across the United States from where I am, and I think that is so amazing because, you know, I love all these little treasures that I find, and I work hard to find them, and I would love to keep them all, but I can't, and they don't all fit in my booth space. And so I love that I get to send these treasures across the United States or to all different places where they can find their forever home and somebody else can love and treasure them just as much as I do. I have made 3 sales and I will show you what they are. The first sale is this cute little trinket shelf, and I was blown away by how popular this was. I'm still getting views on it even though it's sold out. And I actually had 2 of them. I sold one of them in my booth and then one sold on Etsy, and it's a really cute shelf. I mean, I don't blame buying it. So that sold. That was the first item. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's hard being the first one to buy from a shop that doesn't have any sales or reviews, so thank you. And then my second sale was the copper gilded wall plate from last week's haul, and I love that piece. Beautiful, beautiful piece. And so that piece sold. That was my second piece. The third thing that sold is one of my favorites, and quite frankly, if it didn't sell soon, I was probably going to take it down and put it in my house because I really loved it. I found it at an estate sale and I just loved it. It was this beautiful vintage art print of the Bowden children, and it was in a lovely frame that was green and gold, and so that one did sell, and I will miss it, but I am glad it has found a new home. That is what is sold this week on my Etsy. Thank you again. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, mean it, and I wanted to share a little story with you from this week so you can really see how much it means to me when people support a small business. There's a little quote that says, when you support a small business, a real person does a happy dance, and that really resonates with me because truly, every time, not just when people buy my stuff, I certainly do a happy dance then, but also when people favorite an item, favorite my shop, send a message, or comment on a YouTube, any of that, I truly, truly do a happy dance every single time. I mean, I'm a dancer. That's kind of just how I roll. So I do a happy dance every time someone supports my business in any kind of way. But what I saw this week is that it doesn't just affect me. I'm not the only one who does the happy dance. And what happened was this week, my family was out to dinner, and it was my husband and I and our 3 kids, and we were sitting around the table, and I had my phone out to show the kids a picture of something, and all of a sudden I got a notification on it as I was looking at it, and I like yelped and screamed in the middle of the restaurant, and my whole family looked at me like, "You okay, Mom? What's going on?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I made a sale." It was my second sale. It was quite exciting. And yeah, I was speechless for a minute. And when I said that, my whole family erupted in cheers. I'm gonna cry thinking about it. But my husband, my 8-year-old, my 7-year-old, even my little 2-year-old, he got excited too. He didn't know what was going on, but he got excited too. And my daughter especially got really excited for us, for our whole family, because you're not just making one person do a happy dance, you're making a whole family do a happy dance when you support a small business. So really, really thank you all. And I look forward to showing you the next haul. So until next time, friends, happy thrifting.